Hey guys, it's your host Sophie, and welcome to another episode of Ask with DEHH Hip Hop, where we ask your questions and give you our answers. Remember that the show is not sponsored or endorsed by any outside source, and this is why we're always honest and give it to you 100%. So, to start off this little Ask session, did any of you guys see the Sharkeisha
Yeah, I saw it. You could see it coming. I think anybody, I would be surprised if nobody saw that coming.
I didn't.
Saw what coming? The hit?
Her punching her?
You guys didn't see that coming?
I mean, just because it was a video, but if I walked by, no, I wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah. I seen her girls getting to scruffers just like that all the time.
Okay,
so I saw a punch. I saw a blow happening at some point.
Especially when she turned sideways.
Because she kept dancing it on.
Yeah, and then she turned sideways like
Didn't she
this.
get like with this?
Because she was getting ready. She was getting that right hand ready.
she
She was
sure
getting that right hand ready, man. I'm like, oh.
She was just letting old girl talk, and then she got to turn sideways.
That's that ghetto shit, man. She was like,
wow.
I'm about to get this leverage all right here. She gonna have it. Bah!
I did not see that shit coming.
You didn't see it coming? Man, I saw that shit coming
I don't
miles away.
anticipate fighting.
Have you been in any fights?
No.
Really?
No.
You can tell.
Yeah, man, look at her face. She ain't got no scratch.
Mike said, you can tell.
Yeah, she don't come off like a fighter.
No.
I mean, you don't
You've been in
have
a fight, haven't you? Be honest.
Rock should fight.
I have been in
See?
a fight.
See? Rock don't beat somebody's ass.
It was actually a boy, too.
Y'all see? See? Sharkeisha, no!
I feel you on that. You know how like when you watch sports, like on them low channels, like how they'll go to the news, whatever, and I just see it on the news. I'm like, what the heck? Like this is news?
Right.
This is news.
Yeah.
It happened.
In 2013, this gets on the
Got so much
news.
buzz,
that
like, it was
World Star
trending on
era,
Twitter.
man.
What would you do if that happened to you?
Frustrating.
Like if I got hit?
Yeah, if you got hit. And,
Oh, she gonna fight. Sophie gonna fight back.
Sophie gonna run. If Sophie's smart, she gonna run.
It depends.
What would you do, Rock?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
If
can.
you were on the receiving end of that.
That wouldn't happen to Rock. Rock would have bobbed and weaved, boy.
Oh my God.
I think Rock would have been ready. As soon as she saw that body language, Rock would have been like, okay, like she would have got Mayweather on that ass. Like, yeah.
She's like, she
Gave her that shoulder roll. She'd have gave her that shoulder roll and shit like, hit me if you want to.
Would you go back for? Would you go get her though? Like, would you go get your
No, because
revenge?
she,
No, I got people for that.
she's like, I got speed dial on these hoes. That's what Sophie was
I
doing.
could not do that. Okay, so before I actually get into the question, we actually have a follow-up from...
Black Vibe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How could you guess? Okay, apparently his Ask question got a lot of buzz from us, and he says, thanks for doing my question, and yes, I worded it wrong. Thanks, Mike, for correcting it and putting it in the right wording. I come from an area where all I see is people of my culture being happy, struggling, robbing, killing, being this gangster type. I feel like gangster music and music all over is very persuasive to people, and I feel like gangster music doesn't really help it at all.
He's right.
So
He's right.
that was his follow-up.
Well, I mean, I think by the end of the question, we kind of feel. I mean, well, most of us did. Ken still didn't. But I think most of us got what he meant. Ken was still mad.
I was still mad.
Yeah.
But it's
You feel
cool,
better
Black
now?
Vibe.
Yeah, well, I'm cool with it. I got what I need to get out.
Yeah,
All right,
you
great.
did.
All right, so I'm just gonna get into the question. It's from KCost9000. His question is, do you feel like there's a conflict between artists you interview and your reviews? Is it tougher to call stuff whack afterwards?
Wait, artist at what?
Like artists that you guys review, is it harder to call their projects like lame or
After
really
we
bad?
review it?
Yeah.
After we
After you interview
and
them.
Oh, interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a big creator or LP, like they came out with something whack.
I say no because I think for one, well, this is what I get from it. They fuck with us because they know we're honest or whatever. So I think if we critique their album, they're gonna know that it's from a honest place. So
I'm with B. I think that's the main reason for the success of DEHH Hip Hop, and like you said, I think it's the main reason why artists mess with us is because we can, whether they mess with us or not, or whether they like us or not after the fact, you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, it's our mission to keep it 100%. You know, so whether they like what we say or not, that's not gonna stop us from saying it. So it doesn't make it harder for me. You know, you mess with me or not. Like I ain't grow up with you, not you know.
So there's no pressure.
Not for me.
I think there's something to knowing that somebody will watch it.
Yeah.
You know, whether it affects what you say or not, is entirely different. But there are certain artists that they are going to watch your review, and I think for them they receive some type of value from it. Exposure, if it's good, they're probably going to make some album sales. So whether
Then what?
if it's whack,
What are they getting out of that?
what do they get out of it?
Yeah.
They take the criticism and apply it. A lot of the artists have said.
They don't.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
His halo. Y'all stop.
Look. There have been artists on the show to say on our show,
One
3.
One artist that we kind of sort of shit on that was like, oh, I appreciate the criticism. I made my album better because of that. Who else did that?
Jaron Benton, Big Crit,
We
and
didn't shit on
Logic.
Jaron Benton. We never shit on Jaron
I
Benton.
feel you, but
We never shit on Big Crit. We
You
did
right.
shit on Logic. Logic is the only one.
We didn't shit on them.
I did.
Well, yeah, you just said it wasn't cohesive. That was the main
I was
thing.
rough on them.
We didn't
too.
like the
Okay,
album at all.
Yeah.
that's cool. But either way, they all said, regardless, we didn't have all positive things to say about Jaron either, did we?
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
that's,
it was just small things here or there. Like, I would like to hear him on this piece, but nothing
Look, dog.
Nothing bad.
Well, shit.
Come on,
We
man.
knew Logic was going to watch that review. So I guess to answer your question, I mean, we haven't interviewed him, but we knew
Yeah.
based on the history that he
Yeah.
was going to watch it. And it didn't change what I had to say.
Yeah.
It didn't change what I had to say either.
Yeah.
And FIFA was already a stand, so it didn't really make a difference. And B was always kind of, whatever. He I don't think anything really persuades him. But for y'all to sit here and act like, oh, well, if we really say negative things about the artist, they're going to take it as criticism. Come on, man.
not all.
There's I'm not going to say his name, but there's a certain person that we did connect with, said something that could be even remotely construed as negative.
Yep. I know who you're talking about.
I'm sure you do, but let's not say his name.
I know.
He acted like a 12-year-old girl who didn't make the cheerleading team. Like he threw a fucking pissy fit. And that's the thing, it's
At
like
who?
he's at us.
Well, yeah, but like through Twitter or something?
Not well.
No,
if I say too much, he'll give away who he is. But and I don't want to do him like that. But the thing about it is, he came at us like we said something that was completely out of pocket because we said something critical, and it wasn't even really that critical. It was a small thing.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like artists, there's been plenty of artists that stand out, like straight up do not fuck with us because we've not given their album a positive review. And they'll say, oh, well, you don't fuck with this style of rap because you guys shit on my album. Okay, that's fine. They didn't sit back and say, you know what, they're coming from a sincere place and I'm going to take their criticisms and apply it to my music. No, they say, fuck them niggas, they don't know real hip-hop. And it ends there.
But here's the thing, though, Mike. All right, so the question is that does it make it harder for you? Nah. All right. So then it shit don't matter to me either.
No, it shouldn't. It should. No, I'm with you 100%. It doesn't change. If I interview, like we've interviewed Brother Ali, even though Brother Ali will never put out something whack. But if something crazy happened and Brother Ali put out a whack album, I do think in his case that he would look at it and say, you know what, they're coming from a sincere place. They've been honest this whole time. I'll take that. But there are other artists who we've interviewed. I'm trying to think of a good example.
Yeah, you make sense. I mean, certain artists.
Yeah, certain artists will. Certain artists will take
Yeah,
what
you
we
got a
say
point.
and
You
it's
got a
like,
point, Mike.
oh, okay, I mess with these guys, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of artists that'll be like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Exactly.
This, that. So
we're no longer cool anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And that's cool. You can feel that way. You can get your little panties in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Logic
Ain't
was the
gonna-
only one so far who was mature enough, in my opinion. Logic is the only one that was mature enough to say they weren't trying to be dicks.
Yeah.
They just said what they felt about the album, and I had to take it like a man. He's the only one, but I'm telling you, if we interviewed Big Sean,
Oh yeah.
even though I was being an asshole, but if we interviewed Big Sean, he's not gonna be like, well, y'all just being critical. He's gonna be like, y'all a bunch of haters, fuck y'all.
Anyway,
I do it.
Anyway.
And he wouldn't do the interview
Yeah.
anyway, unless he's never heard of us.
Yeah, which
And we just kind of sidetracked him.
Hoodwinked them.
Yeah, bamboozled him.
But I don't think, have we ever been in a situation, have we interviewed anybody first and then reviewed their project?
I'm trying to think that
second?
too.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either.
Well, Crit and Logic, we did their
That was-
projects before we
right.
did the interview.
That's what he's saying. Have
Yeah.
we interviewed anybody
First, and then
And then
review.
review their
Oh,
project?
Yeah,
interview
most of the time we
first.
link up with them
Yeah,
after
after
the
the
fact. If
review.
they come to Atlanta, mainly if they come here.
And the reason they link up with us is because we gave them a positive review. If we shit on their album, they're not gonna be like, I gotta meet that in hip hop, man. They shit all over my album. I just want to see what their mindset.
Yeah,
they're not gonna do that.
One for one, so and he appreciates, like when we reviewed his first tape, it was overly positive.
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, I love y'all guys."
Has anyone ever asked you guys like why? Like, why you talk about my album, man? What didn't you like?
think
What can I
so.
change about it? They just
Nah.
like fuck y'all.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of that we don't hear or see, and we know it's out there, but we're not doing it for them.
True.
I mean, I am.
For the artists,
Yes. I say what I say for the artist.
yeah.
Because my thing is, if you don't speak up and tell an artist that they're putting out music that's subpar, then you're part of the problem.
Yep.
So when I reviewed Ken Ox's last release and I said, look, Vastair, you're not spitting out lines that are really up to your potential, and he got upset with me, I'm still standing by that statement. I said that because I want Vastair to put out the caliber of work that he put out before.
Because you know he's capable of doing that.
Because I know for a fact that he's capable of doing that. But at this point, maybe he just doesn't feel like it. Maybe his mindset has changed. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I said that for Vastair. I didn't say that for a bunch of Vastair fans. I don't give a fuck what they think about what I said. I want the artist to go and be like, damn, motherfucker's right. When I reviewed Cage's album, it wasn't all positive. The negatives I felt about the album, I said that. And when I talked to him, he was like, yeah, I feel you. 100%. That album that you, or the song that you said that wasn't very good, I recorded that song first like over a year and a half ago. Saying I understand why you may not have liked it. I'm not saying that for Cage fans. I'm a Cage fan.
Okay.
I'm saying that shit for myself and for Cage.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like I'm doing it more for myself because it's my own personal opinion.
Right.
Like it's how the music makes me feel and moves me, right? And everybody watches this show because they all like somebody's opinion on a project. So I'm not necessarily doing it for the artist. I'm just doing it more so for the culture, for myself. Like I'm just giving people what I feel. You know what I'm saying? How did this make me feel? And this is why I like something, this is why I didn't like something. And, you know, whether you don't like what I say or you do like what I say, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not...
I definitely don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I understand both perspectives, to be honest.
What?
all right, Sharkeisha.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and my crippin' over here.
I definitely don't care, ho. Come see me about it, though, goddamn. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
The whole sentence.
The whole fucking time, man. But I wish you would come to the A and say some shit. I ain't Trinidad James, goddamn. You ain't gonna make no me.
I didn't sound that harsh. I didn't sound that harsh. Stop it.
Anyway.
Y'all silly.
Final thoughts?
No final thoughts. Do your closing.
All right.
Damn, B.
No final thoughts.
Do your closing. The fuck you have some fucking final thoughts.
What you want to call them goons?
I'm saying, I wish you would call a goon on me. Shit. I've been sending about 12, 13 of them hoes.
Mike about to start doing
God damn, bitch. Shit.
I didn't mean anyone. You're not even Mike, stop it. Shit.
It costs 9,000 for your question, and for more on Dead and Hip Hop and Ask, you can follow us at Dead and Hip Hop on YouTube and on Twitter. And for all your questions, you can send it to Ask DEHH on Twitter. Follow me at Fire Music, and until next time, see you later.